All right, welcome back to the Devin Zoolander Show. I'm here with Leila Rhodes. And Leila, the last time we left off, we were talking about how there are similarities between you and your queen sis, Diarra Imani. And what I was going to say about her is that she is another one where it's like you expect the spoken word or you expect like the singing, and it's just like, I'm singing opera or something like that. But then when you hear it, it's like, no, this is
spitting
yeah,
bars.
she comes through
Like,
spitting. Because I saw the video that she did talking about Kanye and how even though obviously he's gone astray from the culture to a degree with some of his recent political diatribes and all that stuff that he's been doing, how he's still one of us. And I really appreciate the way that she as a black woman could lend her voice to having compassion for black people, even those of us that are hard to love at the time.
Yeah.
So Diarra is dope.
Yes,
y'all
that's an honor that you said that you know, I remind you of her, because that is like my absolute queen sis. I admire her because anybody can like create art, but for somebody to put truth in art, that's harder to do. And I think that's really what she was trying to say with, like, you know, the Kanye piece, as far as like the ugly truth that people won't speak.
Yeah.
So that's always been something that I admire her for, amongst many things. But yeah.
Absolutely. And I think that would also, and I can't speak for her, but just my take on when she did that piece, what I gathered from it is that we know that cancel culture is a real thing, and it's not that people should not be held accountable for the things that they say and do. However, when it comes to black people, I think that there is such a rush, especially from those outside the black community, to condemn people and be like, oh no, you're no longer my family member. And the thing is, now we know that there are certain crimes that are viewed as unforgivable, and I understand if we collectively don't talk about certain individuals. But then there are some times where people say things that are just rhetoric, where it's like, I don't agree with what you're saying, but I still love you. And I think that when Diarra wrote her piece, I think that was the angle that she was coming from.
Right. Yeah, incredible art. She has like this whole series on the Empty Space Project. Really amazing. So definitely encourage y'all to check it out.
Absolutely. Shout out to the Empty Space Project and all the people over there that are putting out that quality content. Now, to get back to you, Attunement, like, I'm really impressed by the sound. Like I said, we can talk all day and all night. You can sing, but I gotta be honest, that's boring to me. Because I get it, you can sing, you can sing. But here's my thing, and I'm gonna pose this kind of thinking to you. So I have this thing where I did a vlog before, and I was talking about how talented as a compliment is something that we throw around way too often. So like, for example, I'm introducing you. Yeah. Yo, have you heard Leila Rhodes? Yeah, I heard her. What do you think? She's talented. Oh, what do you think about Leila Rhodes? How's her personality? She's nice. And it's just like, I get that, but I just feel like talented doesn't begin to describe who you are. Because in my opinion, talent is just like the basic level of, you can do something that you're either A, gifted at, or B, you've learned and practiced so long that it's become a skill, and we accept that. But when we look at, like, would you ever call Mike, like think about this. What do you think about Michael Jackson? He was talented. No.
Oh yeah, I see.
No, you're not. No, Michael Jackson. Are you? No. You're not. I don't like that, because to me it feels it's too accessible. So, sorry, I got off on a tangent, but what I meant to say, though, is with you, so the singing part, we get it. You have a very nice voice. You can sing. You have the ability to sing. But to me, when we really look at it, what's more important, the ability to sing or the emotion behind the song, the process, the songwriting? And what I'm excited about is that you're able to not only vocalize your emotions, but you're actually writing your own stuff. And that is something that is sacred, especially within the hip-hop community, which you are a part of as well. I don't care how much electronic blues artistry they want to say, which is important,
yeah, for
but
sure.
you're a hip-hop head too.
Definitely. And
I just I wanted you to give me some background on how you became what I would like to call an all-purpose artist.
Okay, let me see. I'd probably say like it came from like as far as like music, I was playing violin from when I was like 10 years old.
That was in the article. My bad, I forgot that. You definitely played like a bunch of violin, piano.
Yeah,
drums?
I took I never took drums.
Okay.
I started off with violin for about 10 years, and my main goal as an instrumentalist for years was I wanted to be in the Pittsburgh Symphony. You couldn't tell me that I wasn't going to. But then I took up marching band in 11th grade, started playing clarinet. And that's what introduced me to a lot of, like, violin introduced me to a lot of classical. Marching band introduced me to a lot of jazz, a lot of different, like, soul music that I didn't hear. So, you know, it was just different elements in my life, like, that brought me to different things. Like, for me growing up, I was one of them, like, low-key emo type of kids. That, like, listened to, like, you know, a lot of, like, rock and alternative and things like that. So that was, like, you know, a part of home for me. And then growing up and then, you know, getting into like high school and college and realizing like I love old school hip hop. Like this is why I wasn't into it before, because I wasn't realizing like the stuff on the radio is not the roots of it. So like digging into different things, and that's what I just try to do in my artistry, just to be honest, because a lot of people want me to be an R&B artist so bad that, you know, like I get thrown into that box without people ever listening to what I'm actually doing. So like I feel like that's what it is. I'm trying to just maintain true to what I love and creating in every medium that I enjoy. So
I hear what your response was to the overall question, but now I'm thinking about how marching band and playing the violin for 10 years, being put on a different jazz and soul artists, how does that show up in your production style?
I feel like a lot of the times, like a lot of artists, like a big question that like typically either interviewers or people ask is like, who are your influences? And then like a lot of times if I'll like really try to pull, first it's hard to do like from like, you know, off the top of the head, and then it's like, they're like, well, that person doesn't sound like that, so how could they influence that? It's like they influence something different. Sometimes I sit down and I want to write just a hip-hop record. Sometimes I want to write something completely soul. Sometimes, so, you know, it's just all of these different influences that shape something that I do. Sometimes I'll sit down and I'll like do like a fusion, like Run DMC did with Aerosmith, like stuff like that. So that's what I just try to stay true to, just whatever I like, instead of creating from one genre or one piece of art that I like.
Absolutely. Are you familiar with Girl Talk?
No.
Okay, Girl Talk. I think, first of all, I believe Girl Talk is a man. Let me look this up real quick. I believe Girl Talk is from, first of all, some of these names that people, because don't get me wrong, I like Devin Zoolander, I like Leila Rhodes, but some of the names that people come up with, it's just like, how did you do that? Like, when you hear Party Next Door, it's like, how?
Like, what made you want to do that?
Like, that's such a fire name.
Yeah.
Like I'm telling you, man, that's why I'm glad that you, because don't get me wrong, Leila Rhodes is a dope name, but I will say though, like, if you call yourself something like Confucius, then you gotta be dope. So. Yeah, so let me see. Girl Talk, I believe Girl Talk is from, alright, Girl Talk Pittsburgh, I'm going to get this right. Well, anyway, alright. So there was a website back in the day called Sad Steve. Okay. And on Sad Steve, there would be a lot of Girl Talk songs that were mashups, and Girl Talk would just take stuff and put it together. Like, he would take, you know that song, New Shoes, they were a group back in the 80s. I Can't Wait, Baby. I can't wait.
Okay.
Right. Right. There you go. So that's another one if you can flip, because I can see you be like, but I can't wait, baby.
That could rock, sure.
Yeah, and then you smooth it out, and then have live. Come on. And I'm telling you, it'd be the little stuff. But anyway, the mashups are really, really cool, and it also brings me to a current mashup. So when I was watching the Keisha Cole versus Ashanti versus battle, and I was watching it, there was a song that kept getting played there, and it was. Are you familiar with Amorphous?
Yes, I love him. I follow him on Twitter. He's incredible.
He is incredible. So Amorphous, he took Kiss It Better by Rihanna.
With that Luther Vandross.
Right, with the Luther Vandross. Never Too Much. So yeah, Amorphous, he took Never Too Much. Yo, I'm telling you, I don't know how it could work, but
Yeah, his mashup style is just so flawless to me. I really love what he does. It's very inspiring.
Yes, kiss it, like how it's right on. Because I've heard Kiss It Better before, and I just never thought about that.
Yeah, that's what I'd be thinking, like, how does he come up with these things? Because, like, sometimes my mind works like that, but it'd be on a different level with that kid. He's incredible.
Now, also the thing is, like, he doesn't appear to be that old.
Yeah, I think he's like 20.
Okay, right, exactly. So, and to me being 34, like everybody a little kid, but 20. but the reason why I bring that up is because this is. Have you ever DJed before?
No, I haven't.
Okay.
I leave that to the DJ.
I was about to say because I could. Maybe I'm putting too much of a presumption onto you, but I could see you being a DJ. Like maybe not over your art, like you're the artist, but DJ is obviously DJing as an art form too. But I could see you just with, because to me, when you're looping things, I'm not saying that looping equals DJing, but I'm saying there is some DJing similarities in there, and I'm saying I could see you, like when you start talking about BPMs and what songs match and what you listen to all the time, I could see you doing it.
Yeah, see, I've done like mashups. We actually use like a similar piece of equipment, me and Amorphous. Like he has like a bigger version, but like a launch pad. I've done little mashups on there, but as far as like making it like for a whole party of people, they gonna be like, man, we're tired of this soul shit. And so I'll be
right.
So yeah, I leave that to the pros.
Okay, that's cool. Well, I think one day during one of your sets or something like that, you know, you really just practice on one. You put it in there, and then you bring it in. Vroom, 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 vroom,
yeah,
like,
that could be dope.
So here's my thing, Leila. I need. It's like that. They didn't hear that. But anyway, I need. So I'm from the old school. I mean, because, 34 is so old. So I'm from the old school. I was born in the 80s. She was born in the 90s. I was born in the 80s. I must say that watching Keisha and Ashanti, it brought me back to two-stepping music. If you could get now there's a current person that used to make a lot of great two-stepping songs. Unfortunately, that individual got in trouble for some things that we won't disclose right now. But let's just say when it comes to R&B music, he was highly influential, but then he got into trouble for some things. Documentaries were made, and we learned more information than we had previously. But at the time, that individual did make some really great two-stepping music. So for you, my challenge to you, I want you to make one song that is two-step friendly.
I could do that.
I need something that because the thing about the dun 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 because the thing is when you start to get dun 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 but when you start getting to like the older crowds and stuff, like that two-stepping thing is everything. Because even when you think about like old school Bad Boy or Mary J. Blige, like that is the sauce, that's the juice. Like I'm telling you, and it's just like when you hear Only You, and out of nowhere, like you're chilling, you just walk into the party, and this is what you hear right here, dum 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 dum.
You in your bag already.
Right. Because it's cool. Because it's like it's about being fly. Because sometimes I want you to be like bluesy, but sometimes just give me one two-step song.
I feel that. Yeah, I got you. Like I said, there's a reason why I don't try to just create from one genre, because I love stuff like that too. Okay. So for sure.
Cool. And I'm telling you, you could call it the Dev, and I'll be with it. But,
all right.
All right. But anyway, all right, or we'll call it the Zooland or whatever. So.
That could work.
So to get back to you, we touched on it briefly. You went to Pitt. What did you study when you were at Pitt?
I studied undecided. I studied sleep.
Got you.
No, I'm just playing.
All right. I was rolling with it. I was like, what did they get that major?
No, I was an accounting major, but it was like once I started taking accounting classes, I said, this ain't for me. Because I actually did an accounting internship while I was at school, and I was like, wait, this is going to be my life. Oh. And then I was like, yeah, this ain't going to work.
Wow.
So, yeah.
Gotcha. So, what did you learn from your experience at Pitt?
I learned to live for myself because it was like my senior year of high school, I had really, really bad anxiety. Like you, completely different person basically, because I did not know what I wanted to do with my life. I remember writing an essay to one of my professors, which, rest in peace, he's gone now, but he was a musician. And I wrote an essay when I was 14 about wanting to be a musician. And he told me, like, you do realize, like, you might not make money and this doesn't really seem like a real career. And at first he kind of tried to discourage me, and then he encouraged me. But my parents were like, no, no. Like, so like whenever I got to like the edge of like, 18 or whatever, you have to go to school. It was like I got a good scholarship from Pitt, so I literally just went for that purpose. But while I was there, I started a music performance club, and it was really cool because that's what I learned. Like, okay, if I could do this as a job, I would do it every day.
What was the club called?
Music Performance Club.
Oh, all right, cool. I see you.
I wanted it to be like something where artists like me who weren't creating full time or like they didn't have like a serious commitment could just swing in and find somebody who makes cover songs. Like if you're a guitarist, you're looking for a bassist. So I wanted it to be something real like lax, so that just shaped me and who I am today because I got to create with some great people. So yeah.
That's great. So since we're talking to a lot of Pittsburghers out there, can you tell me some of the venues and different festivals that you've performed at since you've been out here?
Yeah.
Or wait, I never asked, did you grow up here?
Yeah, I grew up here. I was born here. I moved when I was 5 to San Diego, and I was in San Diego, California until I was like 11 or 12. So most of my life I've been here. Just a little brief vacation.
What neighborhood you from?
What'd you say?
What neighborhood?
I'm from a couple. I'm from East Liberty. I'm from Morovo. I'm from Penn Hills. So.
All right. My fault. I was trying to make it real hood. We set you claim, but no, we pass all the gay stuff. But I was thinking, so what'd you say? East Liberty, Monroeville, Penn Hills. Wow. All right. Those are my spots. Like I'm not even from here originally, but I frequent those spots a lot.
For real. Awesome.
Yeah. Okay. I just want to know. Sorry, I cut you off. You were.
Also, go ahead.
So I asked you before you were telling me where you're from. Before I asked you that, we were talking about.
Oh, the venues.
Yes.
Okay. Well, I've done Mr. Smalls for Pittsburgh's Very Own series with some incredible women. I just did the Deutschtown Festival. It was like a virtual version of it, which was really cool.
Where'd you perform? Like in your house or?
No, it was at 25 Carrick. It's like the church that they converted into like a venue.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I did the Millvale Music Festival in 2019, Pittsburgh's Veg Fest, Mr. Roboto. I'm like, man, remembering off the top of my head, I've been not performing in a year. I've actually never performed at Spirit. I've watched some really incredible people. The Brillo Box I performed at, which is really sad that they're gone.
Yeah, it is sad. Yeah, I never attended any shows there, but I definitely went to a couple parties there before. So yeah. So okay, so Brillo Box. There was another thing I was thinking of. Well, see, this is going back in time, but there was one spot called James Street.
For real?
Speakeasy and something. It was on the north side, though.
That sounds familiar.
But it's like off
Gastro Pub or something?
Yes,
yeah,
Gastro Pub and Speakeasy. Yes. Okay, so that, and I can show you something. I used to tear it up when I got up there. I used to get up there. I was smooth, but I was in there. See, here's the thing about me, sis. It gets like this, like it's all in the eyes, and like I cannot be saying anything, but it's just like, you know what I'm saying? And I had it, and it was like, and that's the thing. Like when I used to perform, this is not about me, but let me get my flowers real quick. Let me give them to myself. Yes. When I used to get down, like. It was all about, it wasn't necessarily about remembering all my lines. It wasn't necessarily about having the best flow. It was about connecting with that audience.
Right.
So even if I messed up, I'm taking you along with me. So it's like sisters or ladies or sisters, how y'all feel? Brothers, y'all all right? Yeah, it's kind of like that. It's like constantly like reaching out because I believe that the best performers in the world are the ones that excel at crowd participation and engagement.
Yeah.
Like, because I know whenever I see like a Jacoya May, for example, I know that she gonna get the crowd or a Dasa Tarek. I know some of these people, they gonna get busy. So,
right, definitely.
Yeah.
That's dope.
So I just need to talk about myself real quick.
That's important. That's how you keep the conversation.
That's right. Let it flow.
Definitely.
Yeah. Shout out to Tony Braxton.
Right,
but anyway, I just gotta say it's really an honor to talk to you and to listen. Oh, thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it. Oh, and I have to say, they can't see, but your outfit is fine. Like your shoes.
Can I give you a...
There we go. They go the shoes.
These are my lucky performance shoes.
Okay. Don't worry. We gonna make sure that we get some zoom in shots and all that. Cause those are some great shoes right now.
Thank you.
I'm glad you rocked them. Style is one of those things where we can be talking about clothing choices. We can be talking about the way you sing, your production style. But let's just say, I'm going to just throw it out there, and you answer however you want to.
Okay.
Stylistically, where do you draw a lot of inspiration from?
Ooh, that's interesting. I have trouble with that
Okay.
question about inspiration off the top of my head because I feel like it's from a lot of things. Like, you know, like just like watching a lot of people,
What-
which is
How about this? I got a way to steer the question
Cool.
in a different direction.
because you know, like when somebody asks you like who's your inspiration, your brain just goes empties
Someone-
out all information.
But
and
you don't want to
just sit
leave
there like,
anybody out.
yeah, and then
I-
it's just like, oh, that's one of my biggest inspirations. I didn't even say that, so it's like.
Okay, so
I really like as far as like dressing wise, I really like the way like a lot of like the rock stars in the 80s dress.
Mhm.
A lot of like the women like how Sade dresses in the 90s.
Yeah.
But it's like, you know, like you could really wear like a pantsuit but it's still sexy. That kind of stuff.
yeah.
So like, you know, it draws from a lot of things.
So I noticed that you're wearing all black today.
Yes, I am.
Now,
My favorite color.
that's your favorite. Okay, okay. I was about to
Or
ask you.
shade for the particular people. You know.
Right. Sorry, I just thought of a word that I learned recently. Patina. But anyway, yo, it's,
Wait, I don't know what that means.
sorry. Let me. No, because
That's exactly what you said.
No. I didn't cut. No. I didn't cuss at you. Actually, no. I'm sorry. Patina, the impression or appearance of something, and then, but on top it says a green or brown film on the surface of bronze or similar metals produced by oxidation over a long period. So basically, let me give you an example. So this is what it says for patina.
Okay.
And a gloss or sheen on a surface resulting from age or polishing. So one time I was watching this old episode of Wayne's Brothers, and on the show they had this guy who was selling like fake jewelry to people, and there was a butler or there was a waiter, and they went to a restaurant and he bought one of the fake rings, and then when he took the ring off, he said, "I say, my finger has sure taken on an odd patina," because he had the fake. So patina, I don't know necessarily if patina is the right word, but it just that's all. It just talks about the shade, and usually it kind of refers to like a greenish or brown thing. I don't know why I said that. I don't think it was the best thing to say here, but you know, patina. No, I didn't cuss at you. No.
I used to.
Right. No, my bad. But no. So I wanted to say, like, so is black your go-to, or?
I'd say pretty much, yeah. Like, I've been that way for a long time just because, you know, like, if you're wearing all black, you don't gotta go, oh, but what shoes? Oh, but with this? It's just like, boom, done.
I hear you. And
But I do love other colors. I tried to get into pastels. It's not my thing. I love them on people, but it's just not my thing.
Yeah, I got a lot of different styles. So 1 minute I might be, you know, I'm like earth tone, neo soda.
Yeah, see, I can dig the earth tones.
Like I can be like, but then there's other times where I can be like, I'm bright and I'm airy and I'm so colorful.
Yeah.
Easy breezy, beautiful Devin Zoolander. It's kind of like that. It's kind of like, so I can have my moments where I just want to be really fluorescent. I want to light up the whole world. So, but I do dig black is really dope. And I meant to tell you to bring some shades, but I didn't get around. I know, just to put them on.
I think you did tell me and I forgot.
It's cool. It's all good. It's no big deal. We'll figure it out. But okay, I got that stylistically because I know, like, when I think of an Aaliyah, for example, you can see her style manifested in a Tiana Taylor or a Janae Aiko or a Sierra, and you can see Aaliyah. But wait a minute, you mean Janet Jackson? And it just kind of keeps going.
That's another one. See.
Yeah, and I feel like it's funny because you know how there are some artists that dress a certain way that is like easily accessible for anybody along the spectrum of, oh, I want to dress more effeminately or I want to dress more masculine. Like, well, I feel like Janet, especially when you talk about Rhythm Nation and the all black and the hat, I was like, oh, I could dress like Janet Jackson. Or like Brandy, like, because when Brandy first came out with Moesha and she's wearing overalls and the hats and stuff, it's like, oh, I can rock that. And then sister, all right, maybe not that type, but with the hats and stuff, it's like, okay, I could mess with that.
Right.
That one feels a little bit unisex, you know what I'm saying? But all right, let me see. We gonna get out of here soon. What's next for you?
That's a good question. Right now, I'm honestly looking into going back to school just because I want to be able to become a better producer. Like, I went to CCAC for a little while to learn how to do, like, you know, production and get out of, like, YouTube University and, like, learn from actual people. And as much as I do learn and have learned off of YouTube, I really want something that's a little bit more structured because that's just how my brain likes things. So I'm looking to go back to school. I don't really have a set date. I've been looking at music production schools and I'm just trying to figure that out. I'm working on another EP already that's going to be like, you know, studio produced. So I'm really excited about that. I got a couple singles coming. I got a single dropping called First Love on, I believe it's the 22nd or the 23rd of this month. So I'm excited about that. Yeah.
So, I know I had some more questions. So as far as, do you have a manager? How does all that work?
I do not. I had actually just had someone who offered to manage me, but I'm going to just kind of wait it out to see.
Right.
Just, you know, based on like, you know, trying to make sure that I'm going in the direction I want to be going to. So basically, I think I know the answer to this, but I feel it necessary to ask you. Mm-hmm. So you're answering all your own emails. Oh yeah.
Okay. So
all 6 of them.
Okay. Oh, you got 6 different email accounts.
No. Just like literally, that's probably
6.
The amount.
I got you. I got you. You know they read already. Right. But all right. So you manage your emails. When you go to a show, what equipment? What do you have to bring with you?
You know what? I guess you could say evolved and devolved in a lot of ways. Because at first, like when I first started performing, it was my keyboard. It was like things like the sample track, my guitar, a small mixer, kind of like that one. Mm-hmm. I used to literally have to make 2-3 trips to the car just to get all my stuff in. Looper pedals, guitar pedals, like just a bunch of things. And now I'm starting to play with the live band, so I just be guitar case, amp, and good. So it depends on the show. You play the guitar too? Yeah, that's my main instrument.
Okay, so let's get this straight, and we're about to get out of here soon, but guitar, violin, piano.
Yeah, and a little bit of clarinet.
Come on, sister. You really could have. I mean, like you know how Kanye said no one man should have all that power. Well, no one human being should have all of that talent. That's quite enough. And I like how you slid that in there. Clarinet. You know. All right, that's cool. Well, this has been a very, very productive conversation.
Definitely.
Now, I don't know if we can make this work, because I don't think I have the speakers, but we can see if you can do anything with your machine. I don't know if we can get it to play out, because it might be something where it's like, connect with the computer and then plays out the speakers. But if we can't, then I just want to give you your flowers and thank you very much for coming out today. And I have a special gift for you for coming by. Oh. So let me go ahead and get that right now. And this is something that I took a lot of time. I had to really think through, what would a person like yourself really, really need that would be great for you? And it took me a while, because I was like, how am I going to figure out what this person needs? And then I just put 2 and 2 together, and I realized the times that we're living in. So on camera, I would like to present you Miss Leila Rhodes with your very own personal package of hands. You got you some wipes right there, so you are good to go. Right.
I appreciate you.
All right, no problem. We got to keep it mean, got to keep it clean. Right. And I wanted to make sure that you get that, because some people give out flowers. I give out sanitizing wipes. Yes.
Useful. Thank you.
So all I will say is what a great person once said to me: let it be as good to you as it has been to me.
Something I feel is like, hey, if you wanna go for a ride, let's take a trip down to the coast, right to the edge of your mind.